more important than we concern feedback and others, and just to show you in 5 minutes the bridge between the concerns of those who are interested in democratizing China and those who are interested in rights. I'm sorry for being with back to you all the time.
Oh, don't worry.
You're the camera.
I'm sorry to stay here.
So see you. Because I know what I have to say, so it's not very much interesting for me. So it's you can pick anything that is interesting. If you're not, it's not a problem. But I don't want to miss the opportunity.
You mean about?
I mean, because we have touched on several issues, yeah. On all this, and of course, liberty policy.
I haven't really read much about this, so this is actually the first time that but I wanted to ask you, do you think that there is a way to educate and inform a big mass, like for referendums?
It's a very good question. Yes, no, I don't believe people should try. I don't believe that because before we say get campaigning of education of people, it's becoming very problematic because you see what's happening here with the education system itself. Education presupposes that some people assume that others have a knowledge that they want to get. When it comes to political stuff, most of the people are much more likely to struggle to anybody coming and trying to sell his arguments, because what is in my quite critical for this political environment in which we live is that many people regularly believe that the major conflict in society is not between left and right, but between the people and the elite.
Yeah.
So from this point of view, any message coming from the elite is going to be questioned strongly. Then comes why basically I faced for this type of deliberate proposal, how it can be done, not simply for the proposal. I do believe that in order to convince people, you should know that they can be convinced only by somebody who shares their own experience. It's very difficult for a person who was hungry to basically try to mobilize hungry people to fight hunger. And this is, by the way, part of the problem with some of the minority programs that have very well intended and very noble people coming from the majority group trying to do something on behalf of these groups, but they mistrust people. They say, what do you know about how we feel? It's not how. So if this is the case, I do believe, for example, that media is one of the options, because what I told you as a deliberative poll can be done on a weekly basis on several issues, this type of principle. Television. And then, if it's going to be done enough, it's going to work better than any type of public discussions around the politicians or experts in private. It's even on the level of recognition. I have the feeling that all of us, it's a big illusion how understandable we are when we make an argument which we give in a very obvious way. First of all, we have all these code words, which does not mean anything for 70% of the people. For example, the word inflation is a word used by everybody. What is inflation? What it is bad? And for free. The second problem is much more political, and it goes very much to this. Well, for the 1990s, and this is part of this consensus, is that we are living in a situation in which policies are win-win policies. They go for everybody. This is very much, by the way, from the classical politics of 20th century, where obviously it's good for one and bad for others. What is good for the working class is not good for the bourgeoisie. What's good for the bourgeoisie is not good for the working class. Now, basically, what's good for the French is not good for the Germans. I mean, it's not simple. Now, all politicians, because of the fact that they don't represent any type of concrete group, start to sell their policies that they're going to benefit everybody.
In inflation.
This is very idiotic because this makes people mistrustful because people know that it's not true. And even when it is true, it is treated much more complicated way. For example, the flat tax. There was an attempt to have a debate on the flat tax in Bulgaria. Very interesting debate it could be, because when you have highly educated people, you should first divide. Education is always going through a controversial process. People should agree or disagree in order to be convinced. I should be taking a position to convince others. The only student is teaching one. Sometimes PhD students ask to teach. You're not going to understand basically, are you understanding the issues when you're trying to teach others? But when you didn't work, I will debate it. So you have flat tax, and you have totally different type of arguments. By the way, major discussions like one of the two that's actually there. The public argument that arises from when you have a flat tax, when it's a quite low tax, you're going to increase very much the collection taxes. So you're going to have much more money in the budget. Because for example, if you pay flat tax at 10%, now for the major parts of society, it doesn't make sense to pay the taxes. It is too high. Because even when you want to evade taxes, you need one to the orders, you want to do this and that and so on. Now, that percent tax you can live is enough, you have an incentive to pay your taxes. When you pay your taxes, you make these people feel the system, because one of the problems is people don't pay their taxes is that when they start to talk politics, they're always afraid that somebody's going to come up and say how much to pay. It also is a problem of how do you have this house and so on and so on. So basically you're legitimizing the rich groups in society, and on the level of the poor groups, the classical right argument will go. The social nature of the state cannot be judged on how much we expect from people, how we are distributed. So if you're going to have a big budget, it means that you're going to have more money to give to the poor. On the other side, you have a very strong argument also, and the strongest argument also is the following. When you have a society, and all these people living together, the level of solidarity should be very much proportional. What you have and what you should do. The problem is that if the rich groups of the society are to be perceived as legitimate by the society as a whole, they should contribute more. You see, different countries are taking a totally different way. In France, your pen was isolated. Exactly. And we don't know if it's good or bad, because at the end of the day, it was isolated. The political system, because of the fact that everybody needs the pen, allowed some of the best ideas to be very much endorsed by the French society. And many people believe that because of the inability to punish these unified movements, they went to vote on the French constitution. Austria, totally different case. We're not going to oppose the far right, we're going to corrupt them, we're going to buy them, we're going to put in our government. Yes, of course, Mr. Heidenau is nobody, but if you see some of the public attitudes in Austria and issues, you can see some privacy is now becoming mainstream ideas. Which is the working strategy for this. And, I'm going to leave you with the questions, which I think was this morning.
Okay, I would ask that question. What do you expect from this level? I think that doubt should be